Alright, looks like I'm live now. Let's see if anything's coming up. Doesn't seem to be picking up anything. Lights on, but I'm not seeing anything. Check this. No viewers. Well, let's see. This is good. Ooh. Big old sun on my head. Sorry about that, everybody. Program's not wanting to open up correctly. Looks like I may just have to record this and do it later. Green screen. Let's see. Hey, let's see, what do we have here? Well, at least I know the mic's working good. All right, let's see. It's not good. Good. All right. Well, the one camera showing it working fine, but when it's transferring over to this, it is showing it all scrambled. Hmm. That wasn't right. All That was a cool little effect. Okay, is that working now? No, it's not. Alright.
This ain't good. This is annoying. Okay, is that working? I think I may have it. Hey, we've got it going finally. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Fix that light. There we go. All right. We got a few things going on today. Going to show a couple of guns I'm working on. Little, y'all might recognize this. The from the Blade Runner movie. I've got to fix this part right here. As you can see. That's one project I'm working on. Some of you may remember my DL44 blaster. Currently, the scope's off because not only is this a working airsoft gun, making the scope so it's removable, so I can take it on and off when I want to go fire. Because with the scope on there, it's kind of in the way of cocking it. Because you got to pull it back to cock it. Still got the clip. Plus, I'm making it into a conversion where this can actually come back off and the barrel can change out for the other barrel and make it back to the original one from the Run movie. Which, if y'all know anything about the original, 44, it was also, I've got my Auto 9. Cheap little gun. Was able to get it. It's not accurate right here. is supposed to be about that much longer. Get it out of the light there. So I'm going right here where the slide stops. I'm going to cut it right through here. Take this section, extend it out about that far, put a new block in here, rework the wiring so I can have a accurate two size. Other than that one little spot, it's completely accurate. I've been listening to a couple of my other videos. I've noticed that my accent's really showing off that I'm a true Virginian. Yes, this is what a real Virginia accent sounds like. We sound like Hicks. Yes, we do. Everything else you hear is a muttly thing of all the Army and Navy that's here. People from everywhere coming in. They're mixing language. Um, if you were born here and grew up here and weren't influenced by the military and the people from the military, this is what a true Virginian accent sounds like. So we're going to be doing some work on those guns. We're going to get them fixed up. Also, hinted into my last video, we're going to do a review of this in an upcoming video of the new Doctor Who figures. I've got the fourth Doctor, which is the best Doctor in all opinions. Say otherwise, you don't know what you're talking about. Tom Baker is the best. We also have an original Cyberman. They also have the newer Cybermen, a bunch of the Daleks, or Daleks as people like to call them. I've always called them Daleks. I've always heard it Daleks when I was little. They've kind of changed that as years have passed. I've got one of the classic style Daleks. And also, for some reason, got Davros, the creator of the Daleks. And for some reason, he's a whole lot heavier than the rest. Feels like he might have metal in him. As you can see, they got some of the other Daleks in the back that are coming out. Some of the newer Cybermen, some of the newer Doctors, the Angels, the Sea Warriors. In the upcoming video, I'm going to take and open these up and give a full review on them. Then I'm going to be making a little display shelf for them to go into my cabinet. I've actually got a very nice set of Doctor Who stuff. I've got a lot of the, let's see if I can get in here where you can actually see all the sonic screwdrivers. What a lot of people don't realize is the Ninth Doctor sonic screwdriver, the little end piece that came off, that was the ultraviolet ink. If you watch some of the older Doctor Who's, that is actually the Master's little sonic disruptor from, forgot what video, but it's the one with the giant puppets. Even had my second Doctor's sonic screwdriver. Hard to find. As I refer to him as the Sixth Doctor, the Clown. I know a lot of people are going to give me grief for that, but I've always referred to him as the Clown. Just because of the way he dressed. Colin Baker just didn't set with me. And him as a guard before the transformation in previous episodes, I always remembered him from being a I don't want to say that on here, but in that episode when he was the head of the guards on Gallifrey, so he was already one of the guys there, and then they turn around and make him the Doctor, and I could never get past that. And you had the fifth Doctor that actually had the sonic the screwdriver destroyed on him. And him, instead of making a new sonic screwdriver, he made a sonic lance that looked like a toothbrush. Um, that is the only one I don't have, and that's because I haven't found it anywhere, or at least a good representation of it. I've actually seen a electric eraser that looks a lot like it. I'm thinking about buying it, modifying it, and making my own. Y'all might have seen my Terminator skull in there as well. But I've got LED lights up in there and everything. They show off. I just doesn't have it up and running right now. But gonna hope to do a lot more of these shows. I just did a review on the One Up boxes. Uh, Waiting to see what this month comes out with. Sorry about the light behind me, but it's very, very dark in here, and I've got to get my lights right. Uh, we're kind of moving everything around in here right now, so it's not enough room for me to set up properly with the lights. So I've got just two sets of lights on my work desk. I'm hoping to get everything set up so I can do a full review on a lot of the props that I'm working on. My boy David, I did his Judge Death costume last year for the Monster Fest. This year we're revising it. We're going to make it even more detailed. He won first prize. Uh, Also, my other boy, the youngest, wants to go as Judge Dredd. So I'm going to have to do a full prosthetic of his face, give him the Dredd jaw and all that, because he's a real small little boy. And I got to beef him up and make him look like a big old mean Dredd. Also got to work on my costume. I'm planning on doing it this year. Uh, I figured I'd do something unique, and since they're both going the Dread line, I'll go the Arnold Schwarzenegger line and go with Total Recall. And let's just say I'm not going to have a third arm, but I'm going to have an extra appendage, and it's not a boob. And he's going to have a really graspy voice when he speaks. So, heads up, it's going to be right here. Be a nice little surprise. Anybody that knows the original Total Recall, Quaid, you'll get it. If you don't, look up the movie, you'll figure out who I'm going as. Actually, going as two people, not just one. So, I've already got my military fatigues picked out and everything. I just got to work on the prosthetic and the animatronics to go in there, and the little voice recorder and playback device so he can speak. Going to work in some electronics so I can control him and move his arms without actually showing me moving him, so he looks like he's fully animatronic without me moving him and still respond to people. So it ought to come out pretty cute. If not, I'll find something else to work on. Got plenty of time. Since I ain't gonna have my mom's yard to do up this year, I didn't get to do it last year. I know it disappointed a lot of people. Ever since I was, I think, 7, I've been gave up on trick or treating, going out and getting candy. I stayed home and masks and monsters has been my life, and I've made props. One of the first things I did was a flying dragon. It looked like a gator with wings. Fully sculpted him out of chicken wire, duct tape, and then latexed him, and had him on a pulley system so he flew across the yard and stopped right at the sidewalk as people were walking up. No kidding you. The third lady to come up pushed the little baby up. It came flying down. Everybody else seen it and freaked. She didn't see it. It stopped behind her and was rocking because I had it set so it would come like it was flying right at them, but wouldn't hit them. So she didn't even see it fly or anything. It just stopped and it was just sitting there rocking. She turns around face to face with this dragon. Pardon me, people. Didn't want to cough in y'all's ears and blow them out. She turned around, screamed, pissed the entire sidewalk, and took off running and left her baby there in the carriage. She went running down the street. Her husband had to come back in the car to get her kid. She wouldn't even get out of the car. And from then on, I was hooked. Every year, it was see how many people I can get to piss my yard. I didn't have to go trick or treating because I scared enough kids to drop their candy, and I just picked up the bags of candy after trick or treating was over with, and I had more candy than I ever would have going out and getting it myself, which was awesome. So every year I outdid myself. I had more and more people that would come to my yard to see what was going on. Uh, People moved away and would actually come back from out of state just to come to our yard. That's how outrageous it was. And my mom's yard isn't that big. It ain't like some of these massive places that do barnyards full of stuff. Uh, but my stuff could compete with Hunt Farm and all of them. Uh, Busch Gardens Hollow Stream had nothing on my mom's yard. It was small, but I made awesome stuff to do. And every year up till last year, when the city started screwing with my mom and basically forced my mom and brother out of their houses so they could try to steal them to put up new housing, which they've done throughout my mom's neighborhood. They're still fighting to get it back. They just demolished our garage just the other day where I had all my stuff stored. So I'm really pissed about that. I had a arcade game Afterburner, brand new in there that I won for having high score. I played for 3 days straight to make sure I had high score on that. Radio station was at the Farm Fresh Extravaganza, which is this big, huge event they have every year. And I beat out thousands of people trying to put high score on that machine because at the end of the week, whoever had high score won the game. After the first day, I came back. The guy said, "Why are you back? You've got the highest score on there." I was like, "Yeah, but somebody can put a higher score up there." He was like, "Nobody can beat that score." I went, "Watch." And I put a higher score up there than I did. See, if I can do it, somebody else can do it. I want to make sure nobody else gets it. So I just ran the score up higher and higher every time I played it. And at the end of the week, it was mine. It's gone now. They crushed it. They had no right coming in. Uh, the city inspector woman, Deborah Butler or something like that, she is just a bitch. She does nothing but harass people and try to steal their houses. So the last 2 years, I haven't been able to do my yards up. But everything's looking for the brighter now. My mom and brother look like they're going to win their case against the city, and they're going to have to reimburse us for all the stuff that they crushed in the garage, which was all of my stuff. 30 years of comic books, one-of-a-kind movie posters, Godzilla statues, limited edition. I'm just glad that Godzilla wasn't in there. That is a original prototype testing of the 1964 Godzilla. And if I was spinning around, that little lip on the bottom has the guy that played Godzilla's autograph along with the guy that played Godzilla for 1985. So both of the men that played Godzilla autographed it. I took and saved that, but all my other statues, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of stuff crushed because of this woman. But our lawyer seems to think that they're going to have to pay us for all of it, so it's looking good on that front. Show your support. Go to my mom's little fundraiser. One of her friends have put it up for her. They're staying in actual hotels and stuff right now because even though their houses aren't condemned, the city has taken the power off of them and everything and made it so they can't stay in it. To tell you how bad this woman is, they're still fighting over the houses and stuff. The cars and stuff that my mom owns, every time she parks them in the yard, this woman has the city mark them for towing, saying they're abandoned. Tags are all up. Insurance is paid off. Nothing wrong with these cars other than my mom has no place to put them because of this woman trying to steal our house. And just because at a hotel you can only have one car and my mom has two, she has to park her car at her house or risk it getting stolen or anything else elsewhere. So we're having to deal with all that, but hey, we're pushing through it. I'm doing all the reviews and stuff. Did a little review on the Star Wars X-Wing game. If you haven't played it and you get a chance, play it. It is an awesome game. If you like detailed ships, the ships are excellent. I actually have gone crazy in buying them. I've bought just about an entire set. I just gotta get some of the newer ships that are coming out, and I think the only ones I don't have are a couple of the bounty hunters and the transport ship. I've even made a huge Star Destroyer map to play on. So that is an awesome game. You get the core set, you get 2 TIE fighters, an X-Wing, and everything to play a few games. With the core set, 2 to 3 people can play it. Or you can go out and buy individual ones, and you can have as many people play as you want. You can play by the set out rules, or if you got kids, you can actually reduce it down and take some of the more complicated features out and just have the battling and the moving and stuff like that, and the shields. And it's just as fun as having the hardcore stuff. And it makes it where the little kids can play too. So it is an awesome game to play. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any of these newer ships that are coming out. They don't really go in line with some of the older ones, but I like the way they look. So I'll probably end up getting them eventually. But the prices on them are kind of outrageous. The Imperial Raider that looks like a miniature Star Destroyer, $79 from a reputable dealer. You can get a couple places where it's $59, but I wouldn't trust my credit card with them or my PayPal account. So I'm waiting to see how much it is when it's released. If Barnes & Noble gets it, if they're not too high, I'm going to buy it there. If not, I'll just get it from eBay or Amazon. Game Nerd's awesome. I've been checking Massdrop. Massdrop had a few on there that they've promoted. Maybe they'll promote some of these newer ones. If they do, okay. Sorry, cat just fell off the back of the thing onto my Star Wars game I was just talking about. But when I start doing the Halloween stuff and the prop stuff, I'll be making videos detailed of sculpting out everything, showing it all off. Plus, I'll be doing a review of my new PC when I start getting the parts in. Hopefully, it'll turn out good. Wow, that helicopter is close out there. He just barely went over the power line. Sorry, just looking out my window here is right in front of me. So I guess that'll wrap it up for my first podcast or broadcast, whatever it is. Like me, subscribe, try it out and see if you like my upcoming videos. I'll be putting out small little clippets from now till I start my full production. Just giving you a weekly heads up on stuff. And y'all, peace out. That kind of sucked, but hey.